the majority of people that I met were from Mexico. Some of them had just moved there. Some of them had been there the whole life. Most of them were content to only speak Spanish. Yeah, I mean, they would pick up words in English, but a lot of them wouldn't make an effort to learn English. But this was among those that were, planning to, work in America for a few years and then head back to Mexico. That was generally the plan. They would come here on their own. They would work. They would send money home to their families, and the plan was to do that for a few years. Usually, it would turn into a lot longer than that, but that was their goal initially when they would come up. Family meant a lot to them. Most of them were Catholic. Not all of them, but most of them. And most of them worked very hard, had very rough schedules for work. Most of them were very friendly. They would always let you in, and then they would give you food, but they wouldn't necessarily listen. They'd just be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good message," but they wouldn't really take it to heart as much as they probably should have. But they were always very friendly. They would never pass up a chance to give you food, which I definitely appreciated. Yeah, they were really nice people, and almost always willing to at least talk to you. So since we were speaking Spanish and trying to teach the Hispanics, we tried very hard to focus our finding on finding them. Certainly, we'd never say no to teaching someone in English if they wanted to learn. But if we just knocked every door, we wouldn't do any Spanish teaching. So what we did was we would go to the library and go through the phone book and go neighborhood by neighborhood, street by street, write down the addresses of all the Spanish sounding names, and we would refer to that and just go door to door based off of that. And that really helped us a lot to narrow down our search. The records weren't always completely up to date because people move, and sometimes names are misleading. But for the most part, that really helped our efforts quite a bit. We found people more effectively that way than we were able to in other ways. But other tendencies of places that would help us find Hispanics was like if you would drive past their house and you would see a statue of the Virgin Mary in their lawn, or red curtains in their windows, or tricked out trucks, pickup trucks. That usually meant that those were usually signs that Hispanics lived in that house. So we would go knock on those doors, and that would help quite a bit. It wasn't 100% because people do what they want, but that helped a lot. You learn to become very familiar with what those signs were as you were looking. With learning the language stateside, you have to put a lot of effort into it because you don't get the chance to go to the store and speak to everyone in Spanish. You don't get the chance to go get a meal at a restaurant and speak to everyone in Spanish. You have to study it and study it hard and put it to use every chance you get, because the chances aren't as frequent as they would be if you were serving in Mexico. But I found that if you were able to master the language, under those circumstances, you had a better chance of maintaining it and retaining it because it was something that you worked for and fought hard for instead of were just immersed in.